as all of you are aware that the net zero by 2070 target was originated in November 2021 when Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, he announced this goal at 26th United Nations Climate Change Conference. We call it COP26 in Glasgow. And this was the first time that India, which is a major developing economy, has committed to a definitive long-term net zero deadline. And this announcement included a Panchamrit, 5-part pledge for intensified climate action on the part of India. Net zero, I mean these 5 actions, these included that this net zero emission by 2070, which was the headline pledge. And the second was the India aims to achieve 500 gigawatt of non-fossil energy by 2030, a target for generating clean energy, and 50% of the energy from renewables by 2030, a goal for renewable energy share in national energy mix. I'm actually glad to share that only on 15th August this year, Honorable Prime Minister announced from the Red Fort that India was able to achieve this target 5 years in advance, that this achieving 50% of energy from renewables by 2030. And the fourth action plan was the 1 billion tons reduction in projected emissions by 2030, a quantitative emission cut, and 45% reduction in carbon intensity by 2030, a measure to reduce emissions per unit of the GDP relative to 2005 levels. I think these are very, very ambitious goals. But having said that, these are not only for nations, these are for generations. I mean, unless we secure a sustainable future for our generations, a greener future for our generations, how can we think of a sustainable world, a sustainable earth, a sustainable land, a sustainable rivers, sustainable oceans? So all these targets are essentially linked to the Sustainable Development Goals, as Honorable Minister Sir is aware. And many of the SDGs are directly connected with the climate action, or so to say net zero goal of the country. Honorable Minister Sir, as you can see, started with a handful of people. Now this has become a momentum, the Federation of Indian Industry. Deepak ji चले थे कि एक गालिब का शेर है सर, अकेला ही चला था जानिबे मंजिल, लोग जुड़ते गए, कारवां बनता गया. तो एक FII की ऐसी एक दास्तान है सर, और FII की एक विजन है, थीम है, क्रिएटिंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज़, बिल्डिंग नेशंस. वी intend to spread positive news about India across the world, and I'm glad to share that FII has been bring on a single platform the global diaspora, and we share our newsletter, which is a monthly newsletter, with almost 150 countries audience, and it is circulated well in time every year. And this month's newsletter also we will be taking pleasure to get this inaugurated through your august hand, sir. And without much ado, I would request Dr. Rimika Kapoor, Joint Director, ESG Committee of Federation of Indian Industry, to give a theme introduction. Dr. Rimika Kapoor, please.
Good morning, Honorable Minister, sir, and distinguished guests, respected dignitaries, panelists, and colleagues. It's my honor to introduce the theme of today's summit, Sectoral Net Zero Pathways, Carbon Technology and Finance in Indian Power Sector. As we all know, the power sector is both India's backbone and its greater challenge. It fuels our growth, yet it accounts for one of the largest shares of carbon emissions. If India is to meet its net zero target by 2070, the transformation of power sector must be our launchpad. Net zero in power is the foundation upon which India's entire net zero ambition rests. Today's summit is designed to explore this transformation in a sector-focused and solution-driven manner. Through 4 sessions, we will cover the entire spectrum, that is, renewable energy and hydrogen, the clean foundations of tomorrow's energy, resilient grids, hydro and climate risk, ensuring reliability even amidst disasters and disruptions, energy storage, CCUS, and emerging technologies, the enablers that make renewable integration and practical scalable. And finally, industry, finance, and policy pathways that the glue that connects technology to real outcome through investment, workforce readiness, and regulatory frameworks. At the heart of each discussion lies one common thread: how carbon accounting, ESG instigation, and finance can unlock scalable net zero actions. The Federation of Indian Industry believes this summit is not just about dialogue, but about building partnerships, shaping strategies, and setting the agenda for a power sector that is clean, resilient, and globally competitive. I invite you all to engage deeply, share openly, and leave with not just ideas, but with concrete pathways forward. Together, we have the opportunity to make India a leader in powering a net zero future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rimika ji, for the theme introduction. I'm sure we all will have a rich agenda for today's deliberations going forward. Now I take this opportunity to invite the co-chairman of this summit, Shri Sanjay Gupta ji, who is an eminent professional and an expert on insolvency, bankruptcy matters, and other professional issues. Sanjay ji.
Honorable Minister of State of Power, New and Renewable Energy, Government of India, Shri Shripad Nayak Sahab, Shri Deepak Jain ji, President FII, and my dear colleague, Mr. Hitender Mehta, and our former President, Mr. Atul Gupta, Vinod Bapna ji, and the officials from the ministry, very senior officials of the ministry is here. I'm really grateful to them. And all the people from the PSUs who are sponsored or, they have given a lot of knowledge sharing with us. Whether it's a Power Finance Corporation, NTPC, NHPC, SVJN, Caparo, Power Grid, CPG, SLKK. We are really thankful to all of them. Apart from being a sponsors, the value addition what they have brought in this program, whatever the things they have said, that's become much more important for us. And the person, I think, who is working day and night on this, who is an IITian and one of the best, renowned worldwide, Dr. Rimika Kapoor. So we are really grateful to her. If you look at the theme of this program, Net Zero Power Summit, Net Zero Pathways, Carbon Technology and Finance in India's Power Sector. Though the theme is Net Zero Power Summit, but believe me, all the best of the intellect of the world, best of the people who have worked in this area, and all the heroes, though the theme is zero, but I think the best of the heroes of this sector are today part of this conference. And we have 150 countries where FII has spread his wings, and the people, it is alive also, this program, and all of our members. The best part with the FII being an industry body, so everybody is connected in a one way or the other, whether it's a power sector or many other sectors also. The FII is taking care in a very different ways how the matters can be looked into, what are the issues would be. If we talk about today, the net zero has become one of the main buzzwords, with nearly every company or every corporate and government association nowadays expressing their commitments to achieve the net zero. However, if we talk about the net zero plan, what is required to stop the effect of global warming, which is leading to one question: whether net zero is truly the optimal solution. Climate experts are beginning to urge companies, instead of focus on real zero emission, which stops emission from being produced before they enter the environment. Being a Delhiite, I think who can better know the effect of the environment. In last, I think maybe almost a month, we have seen the impact of the rains, the environment, and all of the factors. And globally, now Delhi is known for not a good things, is known for very bad things. And the pollutant and the air we are inhaling in whatever the way. So that's become very, very important, what we as a professional, what we are contributing to the nation. So if we talk about the various terminologies, I think if you talk about today, people are talking about the carbon positive, they're talking about the carbon neutral, they're talking about the carbon real zero. Net zero is difficult to determine what is the best approach for real climate solutions. So that is very, very important. And if we talk about the major corporates, I'm sorry to say this, and the Honorable Minister is here, they're offsetting some of the carbon credits. Instead of not creating, it is getting offsetted. And the dubious quality of material is being used, and the emissions are actually, instead of cutting the fossils, they're buying, and offsetting the carbons. So what is important is the setting of the best standards and what's the best practices, whether we talk about the Scope 3 targets. And if we talk about in India, I think last year in 2000, in the 40 million category, our Indira Gandhi International Airport, they achieved the net zero carbon emission status. That was a benchmark for the green aviation in the world. And if we talk about the countries, Sikkim is the first carbon negative state, and Bhutan is the first carbon negative country. And if we talk about the Himachal Pradesh, they were the first when there were early startups or early, movers in the promotion of renewable energy, and had goal of first carbon neutral state. And we talk about, I think there isn't a fully zero carbon city in India, though Nagpur launched first India city-specific zero carbon building action, which they are aiming at 2024, which by 2050. And if we talk about Sanjiv in Madhya Pradesh, is developed as the first solar city, powered primarily by the renewable energy. And if we go to the village level, then we can talk about the Pali village in the Samar district is the first carbon neutral panchayat. So the point is, the way that if I can contribute and the way the contribution we can do. We were talking to the Honorable Minister also, what are the issues, the certification which is need of the hour. Because whatever the work we are doing in India, still we need to set up the global standards. Because certification is a key thing for these things. But mostly all the certifying agencies, Indian certification is still not that been looked at. So that's another areas. And we at our FI, we are confident with this is just the beginning. And I'm sure with the entire day, when the best of the intellect, they are going to do the brainstorming in this, all the 4 sessions, which has been very articulately managed and, purposely done, and even the finance sections. I hope, this is going to be one of the, entire day will be very engrossed, and I'm really grateful to all of you to being here, and I'm grateful to the people who are joined online also. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sanjay ji, for your welcome address and sharing important insights into certain important things like the facts about Bhutan, the facts about Sikkim and Himachal. I think these were new things to me at least, and these are good things towards what we intend to achieve in long run, because we are here to deliberate on a shared vision and shared mission of net zero. As rightly said, that net zero, we need net zero because there is no planet B. And either way, Elon Musk has not booked our tickets for any other planet.